Hello guys, we are back with our next lecture. In this lecture, let us go through the concept of hashing guys. Okay, so hashing is a searching technique. Okay, so the most important operations on any structure is not insertion or deletion, it is searching. Okay, so basically assume that you are storing some values at some position. So why are you storing guys? So the main reason why we are storing is because we are storing it today, because if we want in future we should be able to retrieve them, right? Yes, so for searching them back we are storing them guys. So searching should be really easy and fast. Only then you can say that that particular structure is good to store the data, right? Yes, so the best method is hashing guys. So hashing is the fastest method even used nowadays. So even nowadays, whenever you are doing Google searches and all those things, in the back end there are the concepts of hashing only. It is not the hashing which we are using. Okay, so hashing is nothing but it is not the exact methods which are using nowadays. These nowadays which are used are advanced guys. Okay, so whatever we are studying, these are around 10 to 20 years older methods. Okay, yes. Okay, so let us continue. So hashing, so this is the most important operation. Okay, so basically on unsorted or different types of lists, so searching will take more time guys. So if it is unsorted array, it will take big O often. So basically you need to search or you need to match each and every element. So if it is a sorted array, using a binary search or any kind of search, you can make it, you can divide and you can identify the things, right? Yes. Similarly, linked list, it takes big O often. Binary tree, it takes big O often. BST, it takes big O often. AVL tree, it takes a log n. So these are all the worst cases guys, remember that. Okay, yes. Whereas in hashing it takes big O of 1. So most of you will be saying that how is it possible, how can it take the element in a single search? Okay, so most of you have got that doubt already, right? Yes, so anyway we'll be discussing guys, so don't worry, don't panic, I'll be explaining you it clearly. Okay, yes. Okay, so by using this hashing we can get the element in a single attempt. That is a big O of 1 or a constant time. Okay, yes. So what is the exact process guys? So we will be having a key and we will be having a hash function. So once we have the key, okay, so once we have the key, you will be having the hash function, right? Yes, so the key is passed to the hash function. So the hash function will solve it and it will say you the exact location. So this is the reason why we are saying that it can solve in a big offer. So basically it is just a function, right? It will say the answer, you go and search there, you will find the result, that's it. The logic is quite simple, right? Yes. So before going into the examples, so let us understand some basic terminology. So the first terminology is nothing but the hash table. So in simple, hash table is nothing but an array guys. Okay, so 0, 1, 2 and so on up to n minus 1. Okay, similarly hash function. So I told you here function, right? Yes. So there are popularly 4 different functions guys, among which only the first function is asked in get till date. So the rest 3 functions are never asked guys. Okay, so the first function is only the most important, but let us learn all 4 functions. Okay, yes. So the first function is nothing but hash function. Okay, so this is a key to address mapping. So it is a modulo or division function guys. So h of x is equals to x mod m. Okay, where m is the hash table size. Okay, so the question will be given in this way guys. Okay, yes. So you will be having some keys 9, 12, 32, 43, 53. Okay, and here m is equals to 5, right? Yes. Okay, so just to give me a second. Okay, yes, we got it. I took a paper. Okay, so what you will do is, so x is nothing but our key guys. So 9 modulo 5. What is the result? 4. Nice. So let me draw a hash table. It is an array, I told you, right? So 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Nice. Okay, yes. So this we got 4. So let us push this here. Okay, similarly 12 mod 5, which is equals to 2. Okay, so it will come here. Okay, 32 mod 5, that is also 2. So here 32 will come. 43 mod 5, that is nothing but 3. Okay, 43 will come here. Similarly 53 mod 5, that is nothing but 3. So here we will be getting 53. Got it? Yes. So this is your hash table guys. Okay, yes. So that's what exactly it is written here also. Okay, Yes. So you got the idea, right? So how this division is working. So modulo, I hope everyone knows what is the reason of modulo, right? So modulo will always give you the reminder, guys. Remember that, okay? Don't forget it, okay? Yes. Okay. So in total, if you observe here at some positions, we are having two keys. So that keys, this each slot is called as a bucket, guys. So if a bucket is having more than two keys, it is called as collision. So basically you can say that the collision has been occurred, okay? Yes. So a bucket containing more than one key is nothing but collision, okay? Okay. So when you can say that a particular function is good hash function, okay? So it should follow these things, guys. So it should be easy to compute and understand. So basically once I told you modulo, you started solving, right? So did you think anything else? No. Means it is computable and it is understandable and easy, right? Yes. So how much time did it take, guys? I think it's around 30 seconds. So it takes less time and it must have low collision, but here we have collisions, right? But less, okay, it's okay. But we are having two slots completely empty. So this is not a good hash function for these values, okay? Yes. Similarly, uniform distribution. So here we are having two elements, one element, zero element. So that's not uniform, right? Yes. Okay. So these are the criteria on which you can say that a particular hash function is good. Okay. Yes. So now let us go through some methods or types of hash function, guys. So hash functions are of four types. So the first type I told you is a division. That is nothing but what we did with the help of modulo. Okay. Yes. Similarly, folding method. So folding method is nothing but you are having two types, guys. So that is nothing but end folding and middle folding. Okay. Yes. So I call it in that way, but the names are different. Okay. Yes. So folding boundary method. So if you add the last two elements, so if you are having a huge number, if you add last two elements to get a unique number, so that number will be your location, guys. So here 6 plus 1 is a 7, 6 plus 1 is a 7, 5 plus 1 is a 6, 5 plus 1 is a 6. So these are your locations, so you will be directly pushing them there. That's it. Got it? Yes. Similarly, the second method in this folding method is a fold shift method. So here you are having four numbers, right? So break them into two parts. So two numbers into two plus two numbers. So 12 plus 46 is 58. So 58 is your location. 19 plus 46 is 65. The next location. 13 plus 65 is the next location. Okay. So in that way, by folding them, you are calculating. So at these locations, you are storing those values. Okay. Yes. So someone might be saying that, okay, so at this time we did not have any collision, right? Means this method good? The thing here is you should understand is, so just with a small example, you cannot decide, guys. So assume that 65, 13 is the next number. So at that time, 65 plus 13, you will end up with 78. Again, the collision has been occurred, right? Yes. So even in this method also collision will occur. Similarly, mid square. So basically here the logic is square the number and take the middle number as the address. So here I squared 121, we got 14641. So we got 6, 3, 1, 1. So we stored at those values. So again here also in simply we got a collision. So 1, 1, right? Yes. So mid square method, and the last method is a truncation method. So truncation method is nothing but, so initially how many values are there, you don't care. So you will take the last two values or last one value or last three values based on your requirement. So that is nothing but the truncation method. So in truncation method, is there a chance of collision? Yes. So remember that any method you select, any hash function you select, there will be a chance of collision. I'm not saying there will be collision, but there will be a chance of collision. Got it? Yes. So I think everyone got the idea about four ways of collision and how you can decide a collision, a hashing function is good. Four types of hashing functions and what is a good hashing function, and I hope everyone is now clear with hashing, right? Yes. So in the next lecture, let us discuss how you can avoid these collisions. Okay? Yes. So that avoiding is not possible, guys. So that is the reason why we'll be discussing about resolution. So once a collision is occurring, how you will be resolving it. So that's what we'll be discussing in the next lecture, guys. Okay? Yes. So let us meet in the next lecture. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe for more awesome videos like this. Thank you.